trying to figure this. I'm trying to figure life out.
You got a haircut, you shaved. Look at you.
Dude,
There it is.
I need to.
There it
I need
is.
to get a haircut. I need to get a haircut. All right, everybody. We've got Sharon with us, CEO of Kingston Lane, and we've got Jeff Fitzer. And Jeff, tell us about your baby.
This is a future social media star, so I'm getting her started early.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, she when she met Sharon, she threw up on me. So I don't know if that's a sign or what that means.
It's funny. It's awesome.
So funny. Did how'd that happen? Tell me the whole story.
Man, we got home from a long day of putting on some killer content in St. Louis, and we got home. My wife's like, "Here," so I took her, and we were just sitting in the kitchen, and I just had a bottle in her mouth and picked her up, and she's just like, "Blah," and it was like projectile. It was epic. And Sharon runs to the kitchen and grabs a towel, comes and cleans. What a great house guest. The best.
I got babies, dude. I know how. It's not the first time. I got projectiles on me too. I know how this works.
It was awesome.
The best.
It was awesome.
All right, guys. So posted this up. It's live in the group. For some reason, it's got a weird title. I'm trying to fix that. But Sharon, we've got you on today, and you're going to talk about the 10 Instagram secrets to help you blow up your Instagram. I'm going to tell everybody you've done something absolutely amazing. And I know people have told you this. I'm not going to ruin it for people. I'm going to let you tell your story. But I love talking about Instagram with you because you get it. And it's going to be super helpful for agents and for people watching in general because what you've done can help us all out. So, Jeff, baby, pay attention.
Jeff, great to see you. Tristan, thank you for having me. So it's been a wild ride, and I love giving stats because this is all the truth. It took, in a 4-year period, I was able to build and grow in my original Instagram to about 28,000 followers. Now, that number itself shouldn't be, it's not that I could have gone a lot more, but I'll give you an acronym. Tristan, and you'll appreciate this. I call it EPF. It is earnings per follower. Earnings per follower. Everyone is like, I got this growth thing going on. I'm like, well, you don't need a big audience. I make a ton of money off my audience. Like and you offer value, but earnings per follower at some point needs to happen. Otherwise, like why do we need 100,000 person following? Now we have the responsibility and the pressure to service that, and we don't do anything with it. Like there's got to be something that you do with it. It doesn't have to be money. It can be impact. It can be the local mayor. But I think there needs to be some understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. So, and I'll tell you what happened.
Tell me, dude.
Here's the funny part. I was at close to 9,500 followers, maybe like 2 Christmases ago.
Okay.
And I heard that when you get to 10,000 followers, you get the swipe up on your Instagram.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a kid and I want the swipe up. I just like want the swipe up, and it's the holidays. So I'm like always checking my phone. I was like, how do I get these 10,000 followers? And so I found a site that said, buy followers. And, so I paid $350. I can't remember the exact numbers. I paid $350 or something like that. I bought close to $4,500, 100 followers. And dude, the next morning, I had 4,500 new followers, right?
Wow. And
I also got the swipe up. I was like, this is amazing. This can't be this easy. Dude, the next day, what happened? I lost all 4,500.
But you kept the swipe feature.
But I kept the swipe up.
That's all that mattered.
I kept the swipe up. But here's the funny part. Dude, I haven't told many people this. My friend works at Instagram. And I asked him, I was like, hey, I just lost 4,500 followers. And he calls me and he's like, did you buy followers? I said, yes. He's like, don't ever do that again. And I said, why? He's like, dude, every day we purge followers. We know what they are. We purge it every day. And I said, he's like, do you have any more fake ones? I said, I don't know. And you know what he told me to do, Tristan? He said, put your account on private for 3 days. That way you don't get any fake followers because you need to get because you have to accept it. So his first thing to me was, there's a lot of fake followers going around. Just put your account in private. You won't get any more bots, and I'll tell you when to take it off. So he told me to take it off. And ever since then, my engagement was just not the same. Like things would just slow down. Like my growth was not there. My stuff wouldn't show in stories. And my following grew from 10,000 to 28,000, but like it felt sluggish. It felt slow. And finally I told him, I was like, dude, like what gives? And he's like, dude, I'm sorry to tell you this. It's time to restart. And I said, well, I don't want to. He goes, well, you'll be fine when you hit 500,000 followers. And I said, what do you mean? He's like, when you hit 500,000, like they clean up your account and everybody is good. But till then, you're at the mercy of the Instagram algorithm, right? So he said, if I were you, I would do it right. I will help you. He's like, I'll give you the ideas, but what you need to do is just build it from scratch, build it right, and I'll give you a bunch of ideas, dude. And so 6 weeks ago, I took my Instagram, I gave it to my company, I gave it to Kingston Lane, I just changed the name on it. I started an account from zero, and in 6 weeks, grew it organically without spending $1, without doing anything, to a little over 16,000 followers. Engaged 16,000 followers. So I want to frame all of this with one thing, the one quote that you're going to love. Date the algorithm, marry the audience. Date the algorithm, marry the audience. Early on, everyone is like, am I getting engagement? Are people liking my posts? Like, nobody cares. You only care about the algorithm. It's a very scientific thing. Yes, I know that doesn't sound great, but it's all about the algorithm. You got to give so much love. Like it is, I am dating the algorithm. I'm doing whatever the algorithm likes. It's like, if Instagram likes something, I need to do it. Instagram likes, so I'll give you an example. Instagram likes consistency. So I hired an Instagram coach, and you don't want to know, I told Jeff how much I paid for him. You don't want to know, right? 25 grand. You don't want to know, right? So, but he helped me significantly. He didn't tell me, he only taught me stuff. And he said, if Instagram likes consistency, we show up and we're like, oh, it's consistency. Instagram likes me to post every day. No, Instagram is a computer. It's not your girlfriend. Instagram likes consistency means Instagram likes you to post at 9 a.m. every day, means you post at 9 a.m. every day. Now Instagram is like, oh my gosh, Tristan is consistent. I didn't realize that. To me, I was like, if I just posted, I'd be okay. So then I started to think like a computer, and I was like, okay, date the algorithm, marry the audience. So algorithm always came first and audience always came second, dude. And that's when I realized that, I need to really, anytime I put something out, I want to think about how the algorithm is going to view this. And once you get past like 10,000 followers, like you get your audience engagement picks up and good things start to happen. But till then, you got to like date the algorithm.
Can you explain why that the 10,000 number? Do you have any idea what the science behind that is?
No, I think I think when you get to the 10,000 number, I don't know if that's the key, but as your audience grows, your engagement just because of like just naturally you get more people interacting with your stuff, seeing your stuff, sharing your stuff naturally. And because of that, you get natural Instagram juice, and that gives you the tailwinds. So I think anything starting from like the 8 to 15,000, you start to see more natural tailwinds. Till then, you're just really focusing on the algorithm.
That's so important. I think that's something that, and that, would you say that applies to Facebook as well?
I think so, because I will tell you, interestingly, like I have, so 3 years ago, I was doing a lot of stuff on my Facebook business page. I got up to close to 25,000 followers. And it was good. This was before, like Tristan, before our Scott and those guys changed the algorithm, and they said, the fans don't matter anymore.
Got it.
I was doing a lot of some short videos, links out, things like that, and I had great engagement. And then I just focusing on Instagram, I stopped. And dude, my business page, my fan page, like totally died in its engagement.
I have a question, man. In the process that you said, look, I'm posting now like a machine, right? every day at 9 a.m. One thing that we read that Travis and I were reading together last week was that if you're posting before 11 a.m., Instagram has the most love for you, which is great. But how do agents get into the process of doing this? Should they use Buffer? Should they use Hootsuite? Or should they post on their own?
Yeah, so I'll tell you exactly what I do. So let's talk about posting. So the people need to realize that so the first thing, let's maybe some foundational stuff.
Shoot.
There's a lot of folks out there where you need to have a good foundation to grow, and the way you do that is to just flip the toggle in Instagram, go to settings, flip the toggle to business account. Mm-hmm. You can always change it. There's nothing, you can go back and forth, but the business account gives you the most discoverability, the most exposure, the most analytics. The analytics are the most important part of the business account. And the only way you can date the algorithm is by watching the analytics. That's the feedback loop, right? Like, it's not your wife giving you a hug. It's the analytics telling you up and down what's going on. So you really need to watch the analytics. So if you guys are running a private account, someone has to request to join you, etc. And if you want to do that as a private account, that's fine. If you, like my wife, for example, has a private account because she shares family pictures of the family, and that's all she wants to do. And that's totally cool. But if you want to build and grow your brand, you need a business account. And that's when like all the analytics will light up, and you'll be shocked as to like the stuff that you see. And it gets very, very interesting. So I would say the first thing to do is, like, if you don't do anything else, go and turn on your business account. Tristan, I'm going to see if I can share my screen here.
Go ahead, buddy.
Or my phone screen here.
Everything you're saying though, Sharon, is exactly what we talk about all the time. That for me, what you're saying, what I'm hearing you say is that you need to treat your social media usage, your posting, like it's a business, and stop treating it like it's social media.
Totally. Like, this is, and so I'll actually go into a couple of things related to that, right? So the first thing, Tristan and I talked about the 10 secrets. Originally I told Tristan, hey man, I may have like 71 secrets. He's like, dude, start with 10. I also told Tristan this, I ever since this new process, so for the last 4 months working with a coach, I've been thinking about, to me, this is just a game. Like, I really want to play this game. I have an Instagram notebook. Every time I have an idea, I just write it out. I have a lot of Instagram insights that I'm just curating because it's easy to forget on stuff.
Yep.
So the first one, so we'll just go through the 10 high-level secrets. So number one, make sure you're the business account. I want to show you something. If you guys can see my screen, you're going to see 1,521 profile visits in the last 7 days. This has been my lowest number in the last 6 weeks.
You're slacking, Sharon. What the hell, dude?
Oh, are you not seeing me?
I'm joking. I said you're slacking.
I'm slacking. I thought you were talking about my Slack. So here's the deal. The reason is when someone, you have quote real followers. When I think I try to pull up a picture, but every day for the first 4 weeks, I was taking screenshots of how many profile visits I had. Yeah. The time when I was getting the most growth was when I was averaging 17 to 20,000 profile visits in the last 7 days.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get that's what people are hitting my account. And still, so if you switch to your business account, you'll see like in my Kingston Lane, like here, dude, let's actually do this, right? So I'm going to switch to my Kingston Lane account. So let's see what this has. It's not going to be, because I stopped promoting it as much. I don't know, this is taking a while to load here.
So while he's loading that, you see how Sharon switched between accounts. You're allowed to keep track of up to 4 accounts on your Instagram. So that's an option too.
So this was my old account. And if you see, there's 483 profile visits. So we're still getting traction because I'm mentioning the account a lot. But if you want to grow, like, you're never going to get, like, you need profile visits. And profile visits are everything. And the only way you can see profile visits is if you have a business account. Otherwise, you'll never be able to actually see it. I don't know why my account. So Tristan, the other thing is, from a business account perspective, we should go into, let's go into some insights for a second.
Yeah,
I'd like
to check out some insights here.
You guys, you should realize is, like, most people, if I had something to hide and I had like a bunch of bots, like, I wouldn't show you this stuff, right? Because my bots would look crap,
Of
right?
course.
So what you want to see is like New York and LA are my biggest accounts, age range, gender. Okay. So you guys are seeing the followers right here. You're seeing their activity. Everybody's saying, oh, what are my best times to post on Instagram? I will tell you, I don't know. I just look in my account to see when my people are most engaged, and I just post at that time. So between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. is my highest activity time. I post a lot of posts 12 to 6 p.m. Stories, posts, lives, everything 12 to 6 p.m. because that's what my audience says. Right? And that's super, super important. Like you need to, so when someone tells you the optimal times of posting on Instagram are 3, 8, 5, and 7, like whatever, that's cool. But what is it for you and your following? And you got to kind of keep track with that. This is giving it to you. And Tristan, the interesting, I use Planoly as an app. So let's actually I'll show you guys exactly how, oopsie, sorry.
And Planoly, take a look. As you're pulling that up, can you explain the fee of that's involved with Planoly?
Yeah, so it's for you guys. It's not expensive. I think it's like $10 a month, Tristan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's $10 a month. It's just like Hootsuite or whatever. It helps you schedule all the posts. So I schedule posts maybe like 3-4 days in advance on the times that I believe are the right. Oh, there we go. So if you guys see this, it tells you like I have my unscheduled posts, my scheduled posts, and like my favorite feature here is what I want to share in a second. It is like, so these are all my unscheduled posts. I've not put these up yet. And this shows you my scheduled posts, and let that puppy load. But the best part is you can see how your grid looks.
Yes, exactly.
And I want everybody to know this for a second. Think about it this way. Your grid, your Instagram grid is like Fifth Avenue. You need your Instagram look to look insane, amazing, fantastic. No burgers on your grid. Your grid needs to look fantastic. It needs to look like it's window shopping. Like people need to be like, okay, I see there's a theme in his grid. It's pretty cool. I get it. It doesn't feel like there's no like random pictures of him doing like with a Teletubby. None of that stuff. Like the grid needs to be clean and perfect. And the grid, like I use a design on my grid. My design is really simple. If you see, like I have the middle panel always be a quote, and it's just easier that way.
Sharon, when you do that, do you post 3 posts at a time so that it's always in the middle then?
So no, I don't. I sometimes it gets off, and it's okay. I don't care. But I post and I post 3 a day, so that at the end of the day, it's in the perfect grid again.
All right, good. I just posted up a question here in Facebook through live here. Are you using automation to post to Instagram? Just answer that, just so we get a better idea of what you're looking for, of what you're doing, so we know what to talk about here.
Yeah, and so the interesting part is like you have to look at your analytics and so in the last for those of you who know this, in the last 10 days we've been working on a big launch at Kingston Lane, and I have done 0 with my Instagram. Like I didn't even post for a while, and you know what? Life happens, and it's okay. So my profile visits have been significantly down. Compared to 10, 20, like I saw 21,000 profile visits in 7 days.
That's insane, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like that's fantastic.
So question on that, because I've been pushing for agents to switch over to the business profile for 2 reasons. One, you just covered the insights. It's super important to me. And number 2, for me was that if I don't know a lot of people, but I'm posting some good content, I can easily promote it, and at least I can get visits to my profile.
Yeah.
Do you suggest that too?
Totally. So I'll show you a quick example here. So 3 big reasons for business account. Number 1, as Tristan said, the analytics, and it unlocks a bunch of things. Number 2, you can promote posts, which is very good, and we'll talk about that in a second. And number 3, it also gives you these call to action buttons right here. The call and the email.
Yes.
Right in the middle of the screen, which you don't get otherwise.
No, exactly.
So instead of having to put your phone number and your email address and it looks crappy in the bio, you have the call email buttons right now. And the call to actions are like, I get emails, and like by the way, just so you guys know, it's sometimes you can actually put any number in there. So I actually have a Google Voice number that I put in there. So it's not like my personal cell phone. I still get text messages, etc. So at least I know it's coming from Instagram. And even email, I put like a random email address. But those are the 3 reasons. So Tristan, I'll tell you what I do. If in my feed, I don't know if I can see this. Normally what will happen is when you look at your feed, it'll say, hey, this post is performing really well, 95% better than everybody else.
Yes.
Boost that. Anytime I see that, dude, I just hit boost.
I love it. And you know what's so cool? That the boosting process or the promote button that you press, it's so simple, dude. It's like 4 screens and it's really easy. It's like, how much do you want to spend? $5 a day for 6 days?
Yep.
Yes. Done.
Dude, and the interesting part here, like think about it like what we said before, right? The only reason I'm boosting right now is to date the algorithm. So it's like, hey, I have a girlfriend. She told me that she likes roses. I buy roses. Like, do not overthink this, right? This is super simple. And if Instagram, like I'm not randomly boosting a post, I'm only boosting what Instagram told me to boost. So now Instagram is like, so my girlfriend is like, hey, this guy's awesome. He does everything that I tell him to do. So I get a ton of algorithm love.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? This guy's paying attention. He loves me. I'm just gonna give some love back to him.
Exactly right. Totally right. And so just that is super important, right? So those are the three big reasons. I will tell you guys this, 2 things. Bio and the grid. So bio, you want to have please don't put your logo on the bio, on the picture. Like your logo, Instagram is about people connecting with people. They need to see your face. Like no logos on the bios, no like pink border. Like it is your photo. Like if it's like Tristan speaking, like please don't do the whole realtor, I'm on a phone thing. Like they want like somebody cool, like just be approachable, like have a smiling photo, because I'll tell you, I've been playing with my photos and it helps. Like you just have a simple photo and it totally helps, but no logos. Like agents want to put logos. And I will tell you one more thing, please, like I would highly recommend, Instagram is about you, your personal brand, and it's people. It's not Tristan and Associates. Like Tristan and Associates may be a separate account, but we need Tristan Ahumada. Like people are connecting with people. So if you are ever in the question of thinking, oh, should I promote my company or my team or me? You're thinking wrong. Like get a business page for your on Facebook for your team, on your Instagram it's you, your person. Promote whatever you want, but the person is promoting everything. They need to connect with you, the person, on Instagram.
I have a question, Sharon. You said we're definitely you have way more than 10 secrets. So, and I know you do an amazing job. So let's say we want to find out more about, we're still going on for a while though, but let's say we want to find out more than these 10. You just gave me a link that I posted up on here. It's LCA, let me make sure I got the right one, lcakingstonlane.com. Can you tell us what we would find there, what that's about, just to interrupt the whole process here?
Yeah, totally. So we launched recently a new, like a premium content membership site that has a lot of really, really cool things. And so let me actually show you something. I think people will love this, right? So I'm going to stop share here. I want to show you something very cool. So Tristan asked a great question. This was actually not even planned. So Tristan, I appreciate it.
No problem, bro.
So if you can see my screen, you're seeing the back end membership site of the new Kingston Lane platform. And I want to show you something cool. So we call this profit activators. Profit activators are action steps that let you do something very cool. So like I built a profit activator called How to Set Up Your Instagram for Growth, for example.
Okay.
If you click on it. It's a course. And look at this, dude. It's like 10-step course.
Oh, beautiful, dude.
So like, dude, look at this. It says, here's I'll go to something, support your stories, right? It actually is like, click play, and I just walk you through exactly what to do.
Easy. So if you're trying to figure out what to do.
I actually go in and I tell you what to do in each story.
That's so good, dude.
So And dude, like, look at this. I want to show you this. Hashtags. You got to finish the lesson, but I actually tell you like the 10 hashtags that gave me 30% boost in my viewership.
Nice.
You just copy and paste.
Dude, that's easy.
Yeah, just copy paste, because dude, I've been trying this for so long, right? And finally came down. And by the way, if you guys get Planoly, it's pretty cool, where you can actually preset the hashtags. And the cool part is, as soon as you preset the hashtags, it will, dude, like, Tristan, you and I are such nerds on this stuff, man. I have to show you this.
Show me.
The amazing part is, like, once you preset the hashtags, you never have to like fix them. Like, you can just use the hashtags over and over. And you can just set up like hashtag bundles of this, and you can, my Planoly is clearly not logging in here.
Do you have your own, you guys have your own hashtag, like hashtag Kingston Lane?
Hashtag Kingston Lane.
Okay. While Sharon's looking, one of the things that I always suggest is that you have your brand, and if you're promoting whatever your company is, make sure you create a hashtag that's for your brand too, so that you can start giving your own brand some love. Like if it's like Palm Realty, you're going to hashtag Palm Realty or something along those lines. All right, shoot. This is sweet. I love this.
So dude, check this out. So this is the Planoly interface. This is the unscheduled post. You check how easy this is, right? When you click here, hashtags, it just has these entire hashtags that I've preset. I just click add, and it just adds all the hashtags right here.
Look at that, dude.
You're done.
Sexy.
It's awesome, right? And so now I can also say, hey, schedule it from Puerto Rico, whatever you want, and then you click save and you set a time. Say I wanted to go live, whatever, and you set a time, and that's it. You're done.
Dude, I love that.
And you don't overthink it, but everyone, so everyone thinks that the posts and the grid are, but you got to manage the grid. The grid's got to look good, right? You cannot, if you're not going to post and you don't have a great post, don't worry about it, but don't mess up your grid.
Yeah, and if you accidentally messed it up and you, like, for some reason your auto post went through and you posted something, don't be afraid to delete so it matches and looks sexy still. Yeah,
totally right. Stop share. So I'm gonna get back on my phone here, because I think for folks, just seeing it come to life just seems to be like a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's really important, dude. So what do you normally post, man? Because I think most agents have a really challenging time as to what they should be posting content-wise. They're like, well, should I be posting about real estate? Should I be posting about me? What do you suggest works?
Yeah, so great question. Let's actually let me bring up my feed and let's talk through it. I think it's super powerful when you can do it live. So let me bring up my feed right now.
I'm trying to, guys, we're at like 82 live viewers. So can you share this so we can get over 100? Because Sharon's got some amazing shit here that we all need to watch.
So like, we need to be super tactical about this, right? So Tristan, you're seeing my screen?
Oh, yeah, dude, I see it.
So I worked with an Instagram coach, very, very cool guy. And we realized that it's going to be super hard if you don't know what to post. And essentially that's what we're talking about, right? And everything that I post, I'll tell you, there's one filter that I use. When I say filter, I mean like in my brain, like one filter that I use. You need to come up with an Instagram, like, philosophical brand for yourself. And I don't overcomplicate it. I'll tell you my philosophical Instagram brand. My philosophical Instagram brand is tactically inspirational. Tactically inspirational. So you will never see things like, dude, go be great. Like, you will never see things like that.
Dude.
But what you will see, dude, check this out. You will see in my top 5 interview questions, that is very tactical, but it's also inspirational. Tactically inspirational, right? But now, dude, like I that's my brand. I always use that. So look at this. I have a quote, but that's not just a quote. I actually write a good caption around it too. So it's always like, hey, your enthusiasm for your clients' needs to be greater than the enthusiasm for hiring you. Very tactical.
Dude, that is so, guys, I know that there's a few of you watching. Can you take a moment and think of your Instagram and think, well, what do I want to be known for in my Instagram? And think about that, because what Sharon just told you, he's tactically giving information to you. So he's never going to stray from it. And more importantly, he knows what he's going to post because he already knows that that's his theme. So same with me. I actually didn't know that I was doing this, Sharon. So thank you. Like, that was really cool.
Dude, and the interesting part is you also now know when you're posting something, like, you know that, oh, it's like, dude, you will feel incongruent with your brand because you're like, I don't like that quote because it's not tactically inspirational.
Yeah.
Right?
So good.
But I needed that very specifically. So just so you guys know, if your picture is not tactically inspirational, like maybe my picture is not, but then I'll make my caption tactically. I'll be like, hey, yes, I made a quote, but here's like a story around it, right? Now that kind of gets, but if you're not like the theme, people are going to like stuff because they see it and they like it and it's very specific. And when people start liking and you start to be very congruent with who you are, now the engagement is about who you are, not the crap that you post. It's about who you are.
That's exactly it. I think, going back to when I started mine, well, when I shifted, not when I started it, when I shifted, I thought, you know what? I'm going to just do what I do. And that's, I lead with kindness.
Yeah.
So
that's
I'm
you,
just
man.
going to shift to that whole thing, leadership and kindness. So that's all you'll find in it. It's like, interesting. Dude, great point. I love that.
Dude, check this out. So you know what people say, right? I want to show you guys something. Again, by the way, like, I hope you guys realize this is a lot of vulnerability showing you guys like, just back end insights and in analytics and stuff.
Yeah.
People will talk about, oh, you should only do video posts because videos get the highest engagement. Well, not necessarily. Like, look at my posts. One of my highest posts were everything that I was tactically inspirational.
Wow.
Dude, this is interesting. Check this out for a second. Top 10 drivers of 10x growth was posted maybe 3 weeks ago. My top 5 interview questions were posted today, 2 hours ago. I got almost 50% engagement on this on my top 5 interview questions as my top post because I'm totally congruent with who I am.
Dude, you've already set the expectation for your audience and you're matching it so that they're like, oh, this is exactly what I expect from Sharon.
Yeah. And people, like, let's be clear about analytics, right? So I'm going to go on my post and I'm going to click view insights. Like, look at the insights. I got 55 profile visits from just that post, from one post.
Dude.
And 16 saves. Like, I look at a lot of saves and shares. Everyone is like, give me hearts and comments. I'm like, screw the hearts and comments. I want saves and shares because if someone saved it, Instagram is like, Sharon posted something and someone thought it was so important that they saved it. That's way more important than a like and a share. The like and the shares are really, really powerful. And the posts just live on. And the funny part is this, Tristan, what I do, I take my posts that are the highest, that have gotten the highest views. Dude, check this out. If this got the highest view, I will click share in stories. And then I'll say, I'll share it right now. And I'll say, I put you in there and just say, now what I'm doing is I can say, growing Instagram with my buddy Tristan, right? And so if I do this now, I make this post a little smaller. So now I'm taking my existing post that is already amazing. So let's show everybody something very cool. I want to show you guys something called the hashtag drill down. The hashtag drill down is super powerful. Your story will only be seen by your followers, which is ridiculous because I want my story to get better shares. So I'm going to do something called a hashtag drill down. So Tristan, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do California. That's the high level. Then we're going to do Los Angeles. And then I'm going to do LAX. Maybe I'm at airport or whatever, right? So let's say, so it's California, Los Angeles, LAX. Now I make this as small as possible, pinch and zoom, put it behind my post. It's gone. Tristan, you missed that one. So I put it behind my post. You know how to do that. Everybody saw this. I put it behind my post and it's gone. Now all the California hashtags will see mine. All the Los Angeles hashtags will see mine. All the LAX hashtags will see mine. Now the post is incongruent with that because but you always use the drill down because all those guys are very, you want to go macro to micro. Now when you do this, a couple of things happen. First, I love it because my buddy Tristan gets some promotion from me and my audience because everyone, like I'm promoting him, and I click share story. Now I've taken my best post and I've shared it with the tag for somebody else, which is amazing. So now I already know people like this content, so I'm promoting the content that they already like. You're muted, buddy.
That's absolutely sick, dude.
And this is how you do it, right? This is how it like really starts to get like super interesting.
Dude, I just took notes on that. I actually had not done that hashtag drill down. That's the first time I had ever seen that. That is really, really good, dude.
Dude, and I will tell you, like, dude, I was in Sydney Airport in Australia. So I did Australia, Sydney Airport, and my Instagram showed up on the Sydney screens, airport screens. Like it was amazing. It was amazing.
So good.
But I think, you guys need to really think about that because, the hashtag, like that's the only way to make stories really discoverable, right? Yeah. All right. So so I've been going down this. So everyone needs to know this stuff. Without the hashtags, you have no virality.
Yeah. So what do you suggest when we're going through hashtags? How do we pick our hashtags and how many should we use from what you've seen?
Yeah, so people say I think you can have a max of 30, but like you don't need that many. So let's mechanically talk about this. 2 ways to put hashtags in. The first one, you can put it in your post. So like, let me go to my post. So you guys are going to notice this. So for example, Tristan, this is really good. You can post. So here are my 5 questions: 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one I say, the last one is a question from my Goldman Sachs interview. See below. Now it forces people to stop and read my caption. Now I get more engagement.
That's true.
And now I give them exactly what I said. So I give them the exact question, right? And then you want to put a line and then bury your hashtag. You can either bury your hashtag in the post. I only have 10 of them. Or you can also put it in the first comment. So if you guys are like want to experiment with hashtags, I would put it in the post and put it in the first comment and see how, but like don't overdo your hashtag. Instagram algorithm is not stupid. Just be very like specific on what it is for, because people follow hashtags. Because if I'm following private jet life and I see like a donkey, that's just weird.
That won't match.
Yeah. So you just have to stay congruent with the hashtags. So my favorite thing is I always use hashtag drill downs, California, Los Angeles, and then I say Brentwood, right? That way you know exactly, or California, Los Angeles, Malibu, where you live. And so I know exactly that. Then I say real estate agent, homes. I keep doing like macro to micro till I can get, because I don't know what people are searching for. Okay. And Tristan, the easiest way to come up with hashtags is to stop and think about one thing. What would the word be in my prospect's mind? So if my, for example, none of our clients says, I need to sell my house. They say, I need to sell my home. So you would do hashtag home before you did hashtag house, because simple things like you should use normal language, because like we use jargon all the time. Which is, we do. Really weird. So I try to use hashtag drill downs kind of as much as possible. The other thing from a hashtag perspective is I also like to use hashtags that I follow, because that makes sense. So you can follow a hashtag, right? So for example, guys, I'm going to click on entrepreneur down here. And you guys are going to see up top, it says 7.2 million posts, and it says following. So I follow that hashtag. I can unfollow the hashtag, but I can follow it back. So now in my feed, everybody that tags that hashtag, I see them. And so that's the biggest way for discoverability.
Yeah.
So the hashtags are super simple. Like I wouldn't overthink it. I would just keep adding, and I would just keep adding to it. But always start macro and then come down to micro.
Would you recommend that agents use hashtags that are trending or hashtags that are associated to what they're doing?
So good. I like the split. Hashtags that are trending are good, that are context relevant.
Okay.
That's number one. Staple hashtags like so you may say hot homes, that may be a trending hashtag. The staple hashtag would be real estate because that's the business we're in. And then you may say your team's hashtag, which is hashtag Tristan and Associates on every post. That way even you and I can go and like follow the hashtag so you know what your posts are.
And that's my brand too. So that makes a lot of sense.
Totally. So I would always I would always know, hey, use the staples, use your brand. And if there's a trending one, use the trending one. There's a couple of hashtag apps. I think it's called Smart Hash.
Smart Hash.
Yeah.
Then there's all hashtag, not plural, all hashtag. So check those out. I have a question, dude. Where do you make your graphics? Because one thing that stands out to me is when you post like a regular post and you don't sponsor it. So go to the top 3 driver. Yeah, that one's good too. You see how Sharon at the bottom of his graphic has @Sharon Srivatsa and it has Sharon.com. What it does is if you follow Instagram a lot, you'll notice that actually looks like it's being promoted and you can click on it. And so that's actually really, really smart. Where do you create your graphics, Sharon?
So dude, it's actually super easy. It's a Keynote template and I just click export. It changed the text, click export.
Dude.
Do not even overthink it.
That's so good. And Keynote, for those of you who don't know, is an Apple product. It's pretty much Microsoft PowerPoint, but for the Apple computer.
Yeah. So I just for those that are would use that, you can do it on PowerPoint too. There's only 2 things that you need to do. You go to your you create one file and you call it you call it like social posts or whatever, and you make the settings a square.
Okay.
That way you don't have to like take a thing and then like cut it down. You make it a square, and then you just use the same things over and over, right? So like a lot of people. So I'll give you guys this example. I think that if you look at Tristan, you will appreciate this. I want to show this very quickly.
Shoot.
Brand. Hopefully everyone's like liking this stuff. This is very super tactical, right?
Yeah.
So I'll share this in a quick second here. So for you guys, like I have a brand identity. Like I'll share this with you guys right now. Like you guys should know your brand identity. So that way you're not randomly coming up with stuff. So I have logo, I have colors, and I have like font faces. Like this is just a 1-pager. So I only use my blues, I use my blacks, and like I use my logos. And
so good.
Like, don't change stuff. Like people are like, oh, does orange look good today? Like, no, I don't care. Like,
it doesn't matter.
No, exactly. It's the same things. It's just, you got to get, dude, like, I met this guy in one of my mastermind groups at Genius Network, and he told me when someone hits your feed, they need to only feel one feeling. And that feeling is safety. I was like, so crazy. He goes, they need to feel like you're not going to sell them something. You're not a Bitcoin Forex trader. You're not like an insurance broker. Like you're not going to sell them something. So he said, everything should just look, very like it should be very predictable in your feed. So he said, he told me the first thing you do, he's like, you need to have a feed design. So he said, just pick a feed design. That's why I went with the one that is the white things stripped right down the middle.
Easy. Yeah.
It's just easy. And
sexy too. So
it's just easy. And then I just kind of rotate posts. But if you'll see a lot of these blues and whites and blacks.
Got it.
And so I just stay with the blues and the whites and the blacks as much as I can.
You're always going to find those. So for those of you who don't know how to do that, it's fairly easy on Canva.
Yep.
Right. You're able to pick a theme. So you can always go back to those colors, the exact colors, to the exact number. So you can always reuse those and you don't get lost.
And generally what I would say is if you pick, like you'll see quotes, I'm totally playing with it. All my quotes are blue, black, and white, but just different format. This is blue, black, and white. This is just blue, black, and white in a different format. This is just blue, black, and white in a different format.
Blue too, right? It's
very
always
specific, yeah. So the specific blue, we just take what people told us, right? Like we just say, hey, listen, this is my blue. and this is my hex code right here. I just use this every time.
Yeah, dude, that's beautiful. Everyone should have this.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, nice logo. And I'm like, you don't realize, like, people think that it's cool, and people don't realize that what this does, Tristan, for us, you and me, it saves us time. Like, I don't have to think. Hey,
Yep.
it's a color, logo, font, I'm done. Like, I'm out.
All right, so can you go over this sheet so people can see what they need? You need a primary logo, right?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, perfect. There's just five things on this thing. Easy.
Yeah. So it's the primary logos, just the monograms, the palette with the hex codes, and what typeface are you going to use? That's it.
Dude, that will save you a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why, like, it's so like, I'm not big on I don't use the orange a lot. I just use the primaries as much as I can. Like, if you see, my guy told me, Tristan, he said, hey, blue or black should be primary, and you can use orange as secondary accent if desired. Dude, I just follow directions. I'm like, tell me what to do.
You're like, just tell me what to do.
Yeah, I just follow directions.
So good.
Dude, but that's the reason, if you go like at the random feed, the feed doesn't, like, my feed looks, you may not like it, but it doesn't look bad.
No, dude, it looks good, and it's good information. So as an agent, tell me if I've got this down, and I've created now an Instagram business page, and now I'm ready to go. I know that I'm going to alternate, like every third one's going to have like a quote or something like that. What the hell am I going to fill it with? Like, what type of videos and what type of content as a real estate agent?
Yeah, this is good. So always think about this. This is where the theme comes in. So knowing who you are talking to is super helpful.
So who your target audience is. Yeah,
it's because so Tristan, here's how I think about it, right? My target audience for Instagram is an entrepreneur who is an aspiring entrepreneur who is stuck in the 9-to-5, who wants to break free and have an amazing life and beat the chains of the 9-to-5. So my avatar's name is Jordan. He's 23 years old. I talked to Jordan. Avatar's name is Jordan, male or female. He's 23 years old. He's stuck at a 9-to-5. He has a college degree. He wants to have a better life. He listens to podcasts before and between driving to and from work. He has a desk job. He hates his boss. He's on Instagram all the time, and he wants to find a way to break free, and he wants tactical inspiration. Therefore, my theme is tactical inspiration. So everything that I put out there is tactical inspiration. So for example, let's just take a post, right? Dude, this is like my favorite. So here's this post. It says, your problem is just a project in disguise. Now, the reason with that is that instead of saying, I am Jordan, I don't have time for a side hustle, I have a problem, it's a side hustle. No, your side hustle is just a project. What are you going to work on every day for 2 hours a day for 3 weeks, and you're going to get a Shopify store up and running? Like, what is that? So my entire audience is not real estate specific. My entire audience is very entrepreneur specific. And that's been really good for me because I know whether a message is a good message or not. So if you're an agent, you should be thinking, okay, how do if you're talking to clients, you need 3 things. You're trying to promote your brand. You're trying to give them advice.
Okay.
Right? And then you're trying to show them some lifestyle. That's all it is.
Yeah. Lifestyle. Very important. I think that a lot of the times people forget about that.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're giving them advice, everybody should do something. Like if you're an agent and you're trying to give people advice, you should say something like, hey, the 5 ways to increase your home's value. Just put a post up. Don't send them to your home valuation page. Nobody cares. Just give them the answers right now, because now everybody's like, oh, if I give them the answer, they'll go somewhere else. No, if you give them the answer, they know that you know.
That's very true, dude. And I think that they need to follow that up with a short 1-minute video that says, hey guys, look, the last post I did was about 5 ways to beautify your home or whatever. Here's another tip and blah, blah, blah. And don't forget, click on the link above. You can download a list of other things that you can do. Now you're bringing it all together.
Yeah. Dude, you're so good at this. And so here's me. Let me stop share here. I want to try to, let's do this live, right? So here's what we do. What we should do, an agent should do, they will post 5 ways to increase the value of your home. You can share that to your story.
Yep.
Your next story should be like this. Hey, have you ever wondered whether all these automatic valuations are correct? Hey, my name is Tristan and Nick. I sell real estate here in Malibu, and I want to give you something. 15 seconds. Next 15 seconds. I want to give you something because all these automated values are off, and no pressure. All you have to do, just DM me your address right now, and I'll just come back with what I think the value is. Instagram loves DM. They love DM, like slide into DM. If you have swipe up, it's cool, but there's nothing. Just give me a DM with your address. Dude, here's the CTA framework. Everybody, whatever you're doing, please stop. I'm going to give you a CTA call to action framework. Like, don't overcomplicate this. You need to tell them what to do. You need to tell them how to do it. And you need to tell them what they're going to get. All right, so let me do it. What to do. Hey, you're going to see a box below. Right? What to do? I want you to click into that box. What to do? Tell them exactly what to do.
So true.
And then you say how to do it. Click into that box and send me a direct message with your address only. So you're giving them how to do it. And then what I will do is I will research the home and give you a range. So now, dude, the crazy part, most people, they'll say, oh, just click the link below. Like the client's like, well, what am I clicking? Like, weird. What am I clicking? What? It's weird. And then here's my favorite. Oh, just message me. Well, what's message now? What do I do? Like, what do I specifically do? Tell them. So, dude, here's my favorite. I'm very patriotic. I'm very grateful to be American. I was not born in this country. I came here because of an amazing thing that my parents did for me. And I love like the presidency, right? I think the presidency, the office of the president is very cool. So I'll give you a simple example.
Okay.
We as agents need to be Secret Service and the clients are the president. Here's how it works. Mr. President, open the door. Mr. President, sit down. Mr. President, get in the car. Mr. President, like you tell the president exactly what to do. You tell your clients exactly what to do.
Dude. That is really good.
Dude, because we give the most ambiguous CTAs. Oh, just message me below. Oh, and here's my favorite. Oh, there should be a link somewhere around here.
Somewhere. I'm not sure.
That's the worst. Like you need to know exactly what is it, how they should do it, and what are you going to do when they do it. If you do that, perfect call to action. Dude, it's the same thing. You're walking around Malibu. Hey, it's Tristan. I'm walking around, Point Doom right here. And did you know there are only 3 listings for sale in these 5,000 home community? But there's also 5 listings that no one knows is available for sale. If you know anybody that wants to live in this neighborhood, I would love, just click the link below and send me a direct message and say, I have a buyer, and I will send you all the information. Click the link below, send me a message that says, and I will do this.
Dude.
That's how you do pockets, right?
And that's it. And you promote the story after.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
Dude.
So this stuff is so easy, man. It's just like, but the reason agents, I'll tell you, the reason agents don't do videos is because they don't know how to finish a video. They don't know the call to action.
Yeah, I think if they get comfortable with a call to action that they like you said, what to do, how to do it, and what you get. If you always remember that, I think they'll start feeling a little more comfortable on how to end it. That was actually one of my biggest challenges. I didn't know how to end it.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while, dude. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you have an avatar of you're thinking this is the type of person I'm going to target, right? And so I think agents have to do that. They don't do that enough, and they don't know who their target audience is. Did you? And I don't know if you did this I'm sure you did. Michael Jordan.
Yes.
23, number 23. Yes. Okay. Yes. I just wanted to know if you did that on purpose. I was like,
so Michael Jordan. Just so you know, when I go to Starbucks, my Starbucks name is Jordan. Like they can't say Sharon, right? So
of course not. It's Sharon. They always call you Sharon.
Right? But my wife is from Chicago, and my wife is the biggest Bulls, Bears, and Cubs fan. So, dude, I just rotate Jordan, Kukoc, Ditka. Like, I just rotate all.
Kerr.
Yeah, I just rotate all the players. But, dude, is Michael the greatest athlete of our time, man?
Dude, that's very true. I thought maybe you're like Jordan. It's a female male name, 23. Good age that goes on Instagram. I was like, okay. I wasn't sure.
Good catch. It's all like our personal thing, right? Totally good catch.
That was good.
Hey, so I want to give a couple things, right? So number one, if you want to grow your Instagram, I want to give you, I learned this from, I think I saw a Gary Vee video at some point and I tried to do it. I don't know what he calls it, but this is a full attribution because we need to attribute where we got the stuff from.
I agree.
Full attribution. I heard Gary Vee say something like this. I don't remember what he said, but I made something out of it for myself. So here's what that is. I call it the 10-10-10 strategy. And I do this every single day. And this is what has contributed to my growth every single day.
All right. Sure.
10-10-10 is I know my top 10 followers and I know my top 10 hashtags. And every single day I do 10 total comments of my top 10 followers posts or my top 10 hashtags. So I just do 10 comments because now I'm commenting on the same people on the same hashtags. People are following them. Now I'm building my base in the same exact little pot of people.
Okay.
And that's how I'd say because of that, I've gotten like other people and I leave a comment, which is not just like, hey, that's awesome. I say things like, hey, Tristan, that was a really great post. What I took out of this was this, and I did this and did that. Thank you so much. Like I write like, it's just 10 comments. I do 10 comments, probably takes me 10 minutes. And that's all I do in the morning, nothing else.
Okay.
That's the 10-10-10 easiest way to grow. But you need to know your top 10 top 10 people that you follow. I'll tell you a couple, like I like Grant. I like my friend Bedros Koulian. Like I follow a couple of people and then I just comment on their post because everyone else sees it. And then I top 10 hashtags, entrepreneur life, hashtag CEO, hashtag founder, hashtag real estate. And I just go and comment on those.
Do you ever, in that whole same thing that you're doing, do you ever reach out to like one of the micro influencers that you're following? Somebody that's got like under 100, over 50K, 100,000 followers and say, hey man, you're doing awesome. Is there any way that you can kind of give me a shout out just so I can increase my following?
So I've never done that, but there's two ways to do that. So a big portion of, I'd say the biggest boost that I got in my following was my friend Bedros Koulian. I serve on his board. I helped him launch his book, Man Up. A lot of, just a great guy. Yep. He has 225,000 followers or something like that, very engaged.
Wow.
I was hanging out with Bedros and I posted something about him and me and he like reshared the story and said something like, follow my buddy Sharon if you're an entrepreneur. And I'm like, oh, like, dude, I got like 3,000 followers in 20 minutes or something like it was insane.
Wow.
Insane. But fully engaged. Like I didn't lose him because they were like, Bedros saw something. Bedros endorsed me as the endorsed introduction. I haven't asked for that, but a way to do that. So Tristan, if you and I were doing it, here's what I would say. I would put on your calendar once a week to do Instagram lives. And I would do live interviews with people that have like similar following sizes. So you can cross-pollinate your followings. That's the easiest way without asking for like a hookup.
Makes sense, dude. Makes sense. Here's a question from Julie Todd. Wink. And she says, this is fabulous. Thank you. How do we make it a business account? Since you're already on that page, Sharon.
This is perfect. So you would go to settings up top, down below. Sorry, you're seeing my settings. I don't know how to point on this one. So
it's all right.
Settings down below. I'll just hold the link down below.
Yep.
And then you go to, you go to account. I'm going to hold the link. You can see it. And
yours should say, go back to personal account.
Oh, it's right down here. If you see the bottom, it says switch back to personal.
If it wasn't like that, it'd say make business account. So
right. So exactly. It'll say that. If I switch it, it'll lose my settings. But yeah, that's exactly what you do. And
Mike Bjorkman loves you.
Mikey,
how are you showing? How are you showing your phone on this?
Oh, dude, just go to Zoom, click share, and click like plugged into my phone or something like that.
Yeah, just plug in your phone to it as you're doing a live with Zoom, and it'll be one of the options. It'll say, oh, show your phone.
Yeah.
So
I just plug your Zoom into phone into your USB.
And Ada says, is it me or is the sound delayed? Ada, I think it's you. I'm not sure that the sound is delayed with anybody else. But your comments are trying to, it was deleted. Got it. All right. Yeah, dude, a lot of comments, a lot of good stuff. So
dude, I got a super pro tip that I learned. I had an idea and I'll tell you exactly where I did a live and I was thinking, how is somebody going to find my live?
Yeah. How?
I'm going to find this for you. I'm going to find this picture really quick. So what I did, dude, you won't even believe this. This is so cool. I did a live at the same time for like 5 days. And I said, well, how are people going to find, the only way they will find my live is if it shows up in the live button, right up top.
Yeah.
So I actually made a post and I said, Sharon, I just went live. The live's going to go down in 24 hours. Go watch it. And then in 24 hours, I took down the post. I'll actually show you the post here, dude.
Yes.
That drove people to my live, which was like awesome. I got to show you this post and people can see it. Okay, I got it. So I don't want you guys to see me like scroll through my personal pictures here. So this puppy.
Almost there.
So look at that. So I put a post and I said, watch the replay before it disappears. And I told them exactly the simple framework to beat your goals and and it's insane because I just took this picture right after I posted it. I set a timer on my iPhone that said the live expires in 24 hours. When the live expired, I just took the picture down.
Oh, dude, that way that was brilliant. Good job. I like that.
So it's super easy. Now you post in your stories that you have a live. I could do a swipe up. I could post in your stories that you have a live, post in your feed that you have a live, and your live has a live. So you tell everybody that you have a live.
My live has a live.
I've been getting, let's see if I can actually see this. I've been getting, let's see all these pictures. I've been getting like close to 2,000 to 3,000 people watch my lives in 24 hours.
That's insane, bro.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
But dude, think about this. Let me give this for a second. Like people don't understand the power of Instagram. Let's say, dude, let's do easy math, right? Let's do some easy math. I'll use a calculator because I do easy math. So yeah. Let's say you have an email list that has 5,000 followers. You have an email list with 5,000 people.
Shoot, good.
You're getting 25%. 25. That's a lot for most people. You're getting 25% open rates.
Okay.
Right. That's
good.
1,250. You're getting maybe 5% click-through rates. Call it 10. 10% click-through rates. 125 people are actually clicking through. And then on your link out page, you're probably getting 20% capture. So 25 people out of your 5,000 are actually like interacting with your content. I have 2,000 people watching me live and like swiping up on my stuff.
Dude, that's super powerful. I think the way that you just demonstrated that in comparison to email just shows people how much power social media has.
Oh, dude, it's insane, and people don't realize, man, that you can do so much from like. That's why I'll tell you, you guys need to realize this. All the money is in the stories. Everything is in the stories.
Yep, everything.
Right? Let's show, dude. I'll show you a simple example. This will be the last one. Then you'll probably I'll show. People don't realize, like, I'll show you a poll. Like, everybody should do this, right? I'll show you a poll idea. Like, I'll use a poll and show you something here. I've done a poll on something. You guys are seeing all the, okay, here. This is good. Do you have a mentor? Yes, kind of, sort of. Like, I'm totally hacking it, right? So what you would say is you would tell them, hey, are you looking to buy a home in the next 3 to 5 years? Make it really easy, not complex. Not are you looking for a home now? Are you looking for a new home in the next 3 to 5 years? Yes, maybe.
Have you ever thought of investing? Yes, maybe.
And now, if you swipe up, it tells you everybody that clicked your story. Dude, it tells you like who clicked it, who watched it. And I know who clicked. Look on top, it says vote for yes or votes for kinda sorta. Now I can go to my kinda sorta, I can click direct message and I can just send them a message. I can just say, hey, I got this pocket. Hey, I got this pocket. Hey, I got this pocket. Hey, I got this pocket.
But Sharon, I don't have time to do that.
You just sit in Starbucks for an hour and you just play on your phone, dude. Like, this is so easy.
Dude, that is sick.
Dude, I know, I'll tell you what I did. I know I put a post like maybe, and I said something like, hey, would you like a free home valuation website? Yes, no, I already have one. For everybody that said yes, I clicked on them and I said, here's a link to Kingston Lane, here's a link to Kingston Lane, here's a link to Kingston Lane, and I gave everybody what they wanted.
Boom.
I was not selling anything, it's free. So now that guy is like, hey, Sharon, listen to me. And he gave me exactly what I wanted. What a cool dude. Like, I'm going to follow him more.
Of course, dude. You're not doing clickbait.
Exactly right. Dude, all the money is in stories. Like all the money is in stories. Like, people don't realize your grid is to get them to actually look at you and say they want to follow you. And your stories are just like, you just got, so on the days that I don't do grid posts, like I get delayed, I get tired, whatever, I just do stories. I'll do like 2 or 3 really quick stories and just keep people engaged. And I actually get more traction in my stories. Here, let's look right now. So on my stories right now, like it says down below, I have 296 views on my stories on this story right now. I posted it this morning.
Dude.
That's like, you know, this is like real stuff. Right? And so, here, even the one that we just posted, 497 views on this one.
Nice.
So like, I'm getting 497 views on a story, and I can say, hey, I'm like, look, this is cool, right? I said, hey, best question gets a free ticket to the conference. I swipe up, I have all the questions.
That's beautiful, dude.
Like, you can do so much with this stuff, right? And people don't realize, like, this stuff is so awesome and easy to do.
A couple of questions here. Eric Helmers is saying, Sharon, do you know why you can only share to one linked account in business and all linked accounts from personal?
I have no idea.
I don't know the answer to that one either, Eric. But I think we can find out for you, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And then you've got a few other ones. Amy Freeman says, Sharon, she loves you. Cindy Mino says, do you do more in stories than in the feed?
Yes. So my feed, the feed is just like, think about the feed as 1 to 2 posts a day and curated posts. The feed is just to make people like what they're seeing when they land on your page. Everything else is in stories. I do whatever I can in stories and lives. Everything is in stories.
And you know, when you know you're going to, hold on, close friends. When you know you're going to be going out somewhere, like you're going to be showing property the whole day. Well, you know you're going to be out working the whole day. It's a perfect opportunity to use stories, because not every day do we have something to do every hour. But the days that you do, it's time to do stories. Be like, hey, look, I just visited the first house. Check this out. Now I'm going to my car. Clients are in the back. They're following me. This is awesome. We just saw a $2 million home. Next, you get to the home. Check this one out, right? And now you're taking people through the whole day. And just note that when you have that opportunity, take it and put it into stories.
Dude, like, we got to give, so you guys, you all know what to do. Like, Tristan and I are showing you the how to do it, right? The how is really important. So I'll tell you to structure everything for yourself. So if you're going out and you know you're taking your clients on 4 properties, here's what you should do. You should, and you can post recorded stories, right? You record a story and you're like, hey, it's Sharon Srivatsa. As you know, I sell real estate here in Malibu. And today I have an awesome opportunity to take my long-term clients out to see 4 homes. Get ready. That's it. Story number 1. You take a video in place 1, place 2, place 3, place 4, and then you're like, you post the story of place 1, story of place 2, story of place 3, and every time you post one, you're like, hey, down below is a direct message. If you want more information on exactly where this is, send me a link and I'll send you all the details. Have everybody do stuff. And then at the end of the day, you say, hey, you guys saw the 4 homes that I was on. And then you just put emoji, the emoji caption thing that we just talked about. Did you like the bathroom or did you like the bedroom? Like, now whatever they say, now you got more engagement.
Yeah, that's right on. When you do your stories, do you post it to your storyline, or do you send it to your close friends sometimes? What do you do?
I don't send it to close friends, because when people send it to me, it comes in my direct messages and it like totally irritates me. So is that, sorry, just me though?
No. Sometimes I'm like, okay.
But if it's relevant, right? What I would like a lot of times will do is I'll send it. So let's say you and Sam and all of that, I'll send it to you guys, and then I might say, hey guys, do you mind sharing this for me? Like I'm okay asking, but if it's relevant, people will share it for you. But if you're with friends, I'll share it with close friends. But otherwise, I just like to kind of stay in stories because my only focus is how can I be tactically inspirational? That's all I want, nothing else.
That's it, dude. And I love that. I love that you're coming back to that at the end. So guys, I just asked a question here. You're watching this on Facebook Live. We maintained over 60 people watching throughout the whole time. That's pretty good. Was this helpful to you? Yes or no? I just posted up the question. If you say no, I'm kicking you out of the group. If you say yes, you can stay in. I'm just joking. Sharon, anything you want to add to this, because it's a lot of information, man. And I think the one thing that I've noticed over the last 2 months since I've been digging into Instagram with different influencers is that it feels like it's a little overwhelming for people. So what would you suggest that they start with if they're newer to Instagram?
Yeah, so I would tell you the do two things. Number one, get your account set up correctly. That's just, you win just by that. Make sure it's a business account. Make sure you have the right profile. Just that. You start to win just with that. That's number one. Number two, go more stories than your posts, because your stories will disappear and you can practice with your stories. And as you do stories and you see people liking your stories, that means you can turn that story into a post.
Yep.
Instead of turning a post into a story, so if you post a great quote on a story and you get like 400 views, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Let me post that in my post, because people have already told me that they like it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You just have to become a ninja in stories. And I would use the buttons, use the emojis, use the badges, like learn. It's okay to get cute. No one cares. Just like totally learn stories, watch other people do stories. Anytime I see someone else do a really good story, I'm like, that was awesome. I need to totally model them. Fix your account, get a business account, correct picture, correct bio, and then stories. Tristan, one thing on the link, I would love it if people linked out to something of value. So if they want to give I wrote a PDF on the 5 ways to increase the value of your home, or download a PDF. Don't make them opt into anything. Hey, I made a PDF of like the 5 pockets that are available in Laguna Beach right now. Like, just give it to them, right? Yeah. Now people are clicking on your links. Now they're deeper in with you, so they will follow you more. Don't try to like hook them with like lead capture. This is all like, what can you put in your links that want people to click? Because when they click, Instagram is like, oh my gosh, someone clicked on Sharon's profile link. They went to his profile, they read it, they read the link, they clicked the link. That's awesome. So I get algorithm juice. So if I could say anything, date the algorithm, marry the audience.
I love that. And I'm going to add to what you said, Sharon, because a lot of the real estate agents tuning in are newer to Instagram. And what I would suggest is after you do what Sharon is telling you, which is make it a business page, I would look to see, like he said before, I'd look to see which one of your posts is showing up on Instagram and saying, hey, this post is performing 80% better than your other posts, 90%, 95%. I would choose those and push the promote button and put $5 behind it for 6 days. That's the default option.
Yeah.
And then start seeing how that's growing. Choose that the people visit your profile over your website so that you can start growing your influence a little bit more.
Hey, and you know, like I'm not saying this for any other reason, but like you guys should follow Tristan and me and just like model. Say, oh, Sharon did that, I will do that. Or you can do in my direct messages and say, hey, why did you do that? And I'll respond. Like my team looks at the Instagram as well, but they'll flag things for me to review so that they can have good speed to lead on that stuff. But like you guys should follow us and just say, oh, Sharon did this, let me just copy. Tristan did this, let me just copy. Just model it and then see if it works for you. If it doesn't work, change it. But you guys should follow us because we're constantly practicing this stuff.
Let me find yours and post it up. While I'm doing that, you gave me a link, lcakingstonlane.com. Can you, for those of you who joined late, we actually went into the back end so you can show us what was there.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a mini coursework section. So he can take you step by step on how to do what on Instagram and other things. I was mentioning Instagram because, you know, you were on Instagram, but
yeah, I'll take you guys, as Tristan's pulling that up, I'll take you guys through like a one minute tour just very quickly so you guys can see it. So what you're seeing right now is our brand new premium members area. We got some great stuff in here. This is the back end. You got events, profit activators. We have a mastermind in here, but I'll tell you this. So very quickly, what you want to see is a couple ideas. One thing that Tristan and my common friend, my partner, Steve Olson, did this very cool. He said the 7 1-minute videos to build a powerful brand. You click on it and Steve actually like goes through these videos. So it's like, I have a new listing and Steve will tell you like what to actually say. This is a 1-minute video. Like Steve is doing this live.
Right away, okay? Now the call to action on that one's really simple. If you're doing a messenger ad, tell them you should know about this home as well as the price in terms of all that stuff.
dude.
So just check this out. So like you're at a restaurant, like home value call to action. So here it is, right? Steve's just going to tell you exactly how to build this.
Okay,
That's awesome.
really, really good call to action.
And what you guys are seeing is we're constantly building these action plans for people. One of my favorites is like, Tristan, you and I talk about this a lot, is how to correctly pick a geographic farm. Like
Yes.
people just, so I did, hey, what is this? The 4 metrics to picking a geographic farm. I actually do a video. I tell you exactly how to do it.
How economists refer to their farms. So
I give you the math
numbers and
around it. Like I actually even go, dude, look at this. I actually go through like a farm 1, farm 2, farm 3. Which one do you choose?
Easy.
So it's like a no-brainer. And Tristan's got a special link because we're partners with Kingston Lane. We want to with LCA and want to give you guys good stuff. So you guys should totally get that. It's free. So log in and there's some high-level premium content, but you guys get access to a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And Eric Helmers is saying, the Energizer Bunny wants to borrow Sharon's battery.
This is like no coffee today, man. Like I drink decaf.
Do you drink some special tea? People want to know.
You know what? Tristan, this is really good, right? Like people always think that as consumers, they think that like they're buying what we do. Like they're not buying what we do. They're buying who we are and our energy transfer. That's all they're buying confidence and safety. So when you can like, dude, when you show up in an appointment, if I'm with you and I'm like, okay, Tristan just got me. Like, I don't have to worry. He's just freaking chill, cool. He's got this. I don't have to worry. I'm like, let's do this, right? And so whichever energy transfer works for you naturally, I think we should do that. Because you already know that if you can transfer that energy, they have the confidence and the safety with you.
That's it, dude. You got it right on. All right. Well, I feel like we need to do a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't even know.
Dude, well, I think I'm happy to do it. I think people should just post questions below, and then I'll jump in and answer stuff. But if they want, what will be amazing, Tristan, if people said, hey, when you guys do the next one, focus on lives. When you guys do the next one, focus on stories.
Oh,
and
that's
because
great.
that way we can pull up the phone. Like I would love to do a live and show people how to do it, right?
That's a really good idea, man. What I'm going to do with this one is our editor is a little behind, but what he's going to do is edit this one. We're going to post it up on YouTube so people can rewatch it. I'll pin it to the top when that's done next week. But for now, I'm going to leave this one pinned up so people can just watch it, rewatch it, ask questions, and then re-engage with you.
You got it, man. You got
All
it.
right, man.
Hey,
Thank you so
I want to
much.
say something before you go.
Shoot.
I hope when people are listening, they understand something. They understand that Tristan doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do this. Like he wakes up every day. Like Tristan and I are good friends, and he's like, dude, how do we serve our community? How do we help our agents? How do we help them make more money? How do we keep them abreast on things that are going on? Like he does not need to do this. And he and I were talking about this. Tristan had to get this on I'm not a busy guy. Like Tristan had to get this on my calendar like 4 months ago. And like we even moved it a couple of times. He's like, hey, I wanna share a bunch of stuff with the audience on how you're growing. And I just want to give you, you guys need to realize that there's so much, love and care and compassion and just drive that comes from Tristan to give you guys so much value that you don't get anywhere else. Like, I don't mean this in a negative way. Like, I'm not doing this for everybody. Like, I'm only doing this for Tristan. Like, I'm not showing up and like sharing any of this anywhere. Like, no one has seen this stuff. I do it because he just has this commitment to creating so much value for you guys that I just think that, when you listen to this, just give him a heart, give him a like, tell him thank you, because he's just a great dude with a big heart and wants to make a dent in this world and in our industry. So without him, this industry is a very different place. So Tristan, thank you, man.
That's so, dude, you know what? We're like brothers from a completely different mother.
Your wife's Indian, that's okay.
We're like, dude, we must be cousins or something. You, me, Steve Olson.
Steve-O too, yeah. Steve-O too.
And Jeff Pitzer, while we're at it, he's listening in the background.
It's awesome.
Anyway, bro, thank you for your time, dude. Really appreciate it. I know everybody listening is their minds are blowing up. So we've got to do this again. I'll see if I can pin you down maybe next month. All right.
You got it, man.
All right. Thank you for your time, bro. Say hi to your family.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.